I turned 8 Solana into 42 Solana in 12 days. Here's how I did it. Alright guys, so off the bat I'm going to start this video off by saying that I was extremely skeptical about NFTs in the beginning. Before this project that got me the 42 Solana, I bought one other project called Nova Nerds. It failed catastrophically. I mean, I didn't lose much money, but I bought them for 0.6. I could never sell them again, so I was stuck with them. And this is bound to happen a lot with NFTs because a lot of the time you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. But I think I found some ways to mitigate that loss and how to find the good projects. So the project that I bought into was called Smokeheads. You're going to hear me say the word Smokeheads a lot of times throughout this video. And the way I found this particular project was through my dad. But the way he found it was by checking the volume, which is extremely important. If a project has high volume, there's a great chance that it's a good project. The community was very good. Discord was active. People were pitching their new ideas to the owners and stuff was getting done. And overall, there was a level up process being implemented. So a lot of things were going for this Smokehead NFT project, so I decided to buy into it. So the first time I bought one of these Smokeheads was, I think, on April 21st. I believe that was the date, somewhere around there. Actually, it was probably around April 18th because it was a Monday. And this feels like forever ago, but it was really only 3 weeks ago. And I bought my first Smokehead for 4.7 Solana. The way I did that is by transferring my hard-earned Ethereum to Solana in the FTX app. And if you guys don't know what Solana is basically the main cryptocurrency responsible for the purchases of NFTs within Magic Eden, which is the website that Smokeheads are bought on. So I switched the amount of ether that I needed to get the amount of SOL, and I moved my SOL from FTX to Phantom Wallet, which is the wallet that you buy NFTs with on Magic Eden. So to make a Phantom Wallet, you basically just need to create an account, and then they'll give you a mnemonic code, which is basically a complex version of a password. It has about 12 words that you need to paste in to unlock your account. It's very secure, but if you lose these 12 words, you're basically out of luck. So make sure you write them down on somewhere that you know you won't lose, maybe an iCloud notepad or something along those lines. And basically, once I created this Phantom, got this SOL in there, I went straight ahead. I didn't really look too much at the characteristics and the intrinsic traits of each individual Smokehead, which is usually a pretty important thing with NFTs in general. Projects frequently have like a sort of rarity system where some characteristics are ranked higher than others, and they're basically more valuable because of the rarity of them. So I didn't look at any of that, and I spent 4.7 SOL on one of these Smokeheads. Just any one that I found, basically the cheapest one. The floor was around 4 to 5 at this time. Then what happened throughout that week was interesting. They started inching up to about 6. The floor price was 6. So if you don't know, SOL was worth about $100 at this time. I believe right now it's about 80, but it usually fluctuates between the 80 and 120 price range. At least it has for the last few months. So 4.7 at the time was around $470. Right away it moves up to 600. So I'm happy, but I don't really consider selling it because I want to make much more than that. I have high prospects for the project and I'm going to keep holding. Now, that was honestly a scary move, because by the weekend, the floor price of Smokeheads was encroaching on 3 Sol, which is about $170 less than what I personally paid. So at this point, instead of panicking, I decided to buy one more Smokehead. This time I knew much more about the project. I knew a few of the developers. I knew that it wasn't a rug pull, which basically means that the owners of the project intend to make the profit and then pull out so that the entire project falls like a pyramid scheme. I knew that that was not the case with this. I knew that the Salvatore Dali mustache was one of the most coveted characteristics of the Smokehead project. Now, if you guys don't know who Salvatore Dali is, it's pretty much besides the point, but he's an artist that was responsible for making the Perspective of Memory painting and a few others that are extremely famous. If you guys look it up, you'll probably know it. But I bought a Salvatore Dali mustache Smokehead for 3.2 Solana, and after this I basically went into hibernation. I didn't do anything till 3 days ago on May 4th. This is when everything started going crazy. Now what happened was the developers implemented a new system of staking your Smokeheads. Now if you guys know anything about staking, we've actually talked about it a lot on this channel, and we've determined that the best way to achieve passive income is through staking. Now knowing this, when staking was announced, I was extremely excited. So basically the way the staking system worked in the case of the Smokeheads was the more Smokeheads you staked, the more WPuff you earn per day. WPuff is the currency associated with Smokeheads. Think of it kind of like an in-app purchase, kind of like a V-Buck in Fortnite or something along those lines. And you get these WPuffs at 4.20 per day, and once you get 84 WPuffs, you are able to level up your Smokehead to an enlightenment level of 2, which instantly makes you eligible to get 8.40 Sol per day, so double the amount that level 1 gives. So I immediately leveled up one of my Smokeheads to level 2 as fast as I could. I believe that I leveled them both up within about 2 days. So now I have 2 Enlightenment level 2 Smokeheads. So I'm pretty excited. I'm earning about 8.4 WPuff per day. And level 3 is not out yet, but it is dropping on Thursday of this week. So May 11th, I believe, or 12th is when it's dropping. If you guys are watching this video in advance, it's probably already out by now. But basically what I did from this point was I listed I listed one of my Smokehead Enlightenment 2s first. I listed it at 18.5 because that was right around the price that people were paying. That was pretty much the floor price on the level 2 Smokeheads at that time, and it sold within 1 hour. I'm going to put a picture on the screen right here of the actual sale being confirmed. At this point, a bunch of Sol was dumped into my account. After fees, it was, I think, around 17, because there's a 10% fee that's taken out of your Sol once the sale is completed, and that money was dumped straight into my Phantom wallet. Now, I was very excited at this time. Keep in mind, I'm a complete beginner when it comes to NFTs. I know very little, and this was pretty much my first project, and it actually started to go successfully. So I was pumped up. I immediately started running and telling my friends who were also into NFTs, and basically I didn't do anything for the rest of that day. The very next day, I decided to list my second Enlightenment 2 Smokehead for 24.5. At this point, the floor price of level 2 Sols were right around, I think, 23. So I decided not to undercut and play the waiting game for a little bit. I listed them around 24.5, and to my surprise, they sold in about an hour as well. So that is basically how I made the 42 Sol. If you add 24.5 and 18.5, you get right about 42 or 43 Sol. And that's basically the story of how I made this money. Now, this usually comes to the part where I tell you guys how you can do the same, but there's nothing that I did that was really all too special. I basically just immersed myself into the Discord of this project, which I'm going to leave down below. I grew to understand the nature of it, what the roadmap was, how they were trying to do their business, the credibility of the owners and stuff such as this. And that, along with getting a very good tip-off from my dad and knowing that the volume was extremely high. If you guys don't know what volume is, it's basically the amount that Magic Eden sells to consumers in a given period of time. I think that they judge it on a 24-hour scale. So within 24 hours, Smokeheads is one of the top volume assets. So with that being said, that is pretty much how I turned 8 Sol into 42 Sol in 2 weeks. If you guys want more videos like this, make sure you let me know down below. And let me know about the quality of this video because it is a little bit different than usual. I'm super excited for the next few weeks and months because I'm completely done with my freshman year of college, which means I can devote a lot of time and energy into YouTube. I'm hoping to make amazing progress within this time period. And yeah guys, I'm hyped for the future. A college video is on the way. It's in preparation right now. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day.